Welcome to Mic Check Waifu Waifu.
Mic check, waifu, King Tiliano. Is that you?
Summer Heatwave Part 2.
This is episode 3. Oh, shoot. 09 of Mic Check Waifu. As always, this is brought to you by Patreon. Patreon.com/Mic Check Waifu is where you can get early access to the video version of this podcast. This is where you can get access to the Patreon exclusive podcast, The After Story, is where you can get access to the pre-show, which goes live 2 days before this episode goes live for everybody else. Thank you so much to the Patreon producers that keep the lights on over at patreon.com/Mic Check Waifu. Rob from Dad Needs to Talk podcast, Christian, the archivist, Fear, Cad the Pro from Chaotic Culture, Explicitly, All for One Matt, Matthew, H, Monique Williams, Simi Sensei, Frozen, Rob Stone, and last, but certainly not least, our guy, T Money Fingers. Thank you so much for producing this and many episodes of the podcast. We couldn't do it without you. Truly means the world to us. Truly. Another big episode. We are continuing the summer heat wave. The 2025 summer anime continued to drop, and for the most part, it's heat. We got a lot to discuss, but before we get into the crux of it, there's two things we got to talk about before we get into it. Obviously, it's the episode of the week, and then after that, it's going to be an entire discussion before we get into the more new stuff on a conversation that we had in our Discord. Make sure if you're not a part of our Discord, you join the Discord. Discord.miccheckwaifuwaifu.com. It's free for everybody to join. Great conversations are always had over in the Discord. We have forums for episodes and stuff that you're watching. You can discuss it all there with our community, which is the best community in the world, to be honest. Like, it truly can't be beat, our anime community. And you get to be a part of the show if the topic foresees it. Make sure if you're watching on YouTube, you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you leave us a favorable review on any podcast services that you're listening on. Respect Games, our gaming podcast, is starting this week. So if you can, in the show notes, there is a YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to that. We're going to start putting just gaming content on that YouTube channel as well. Including a series I guess you can call it series, where we go back to old games and is it worth it in this year type of content. A bunch of gaming content. Make sure you stay tuned for that, and follow all the socials and whatnot. All right, Tel, what was your episode of the week this week?
All right. I'm glad you covered all of that. My episode of the week is very simple, and it's one that neither of us talked about last week that we definitely should have talked about.
I don't agree.
I
don't agree. No, I don't know what you're about to say, but I'm gonna go ahead. We didn't talk about this, by the way, but I think I know what he's about to say.
Episode. I only watched one episode of it. Because I'm gonna watch it with my wife.
Okay.
But episode 1 of Takopi.
I knew it. I knew you were gonna say this, but I knew you only watched one episode because you said it. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
The thing in that first episode was crazy.
Absolutely.
And the roughness of it really fits, and it did have me a little emotionally stirred up and tied
100%
in that first episode. I don't know what's to come. I only saw that comment that we were sleeping on it, and that's the only reason I looked.
Sure.
I don't know what's to come. So like Polo may have watched more.
3 episodes, I think, is out now of it.
Yeah, and has a different perspective. But from my perspective for episode 1, that was amazing, in my opinion.
Let's just say I understand why it's only 6 episodes. It needs to be only 6 episodes. If it's any more than that, it'll be even worse than what I think it already turned into. I think it's 3 episodes out. It's not. It's the first episode was, I felt the exact same you did. Extremely powerful, emotional, kind of predictable, but it's all the same. Emotional, all the same. Even if it's predictable, it can still have that emotional impact, which it did. The rest of it though, isn't great for me. And I'm not gonna speak too much on it until you watch it, because that's a conversation we can have later. Maybe the 4th episode get better, but with everything that's going on in it, what was that show we watched? That did that stupid cliffhanger thing every week at the end of it. It was a show about a guy who
we really hated.
Yeah, he did a heinous crime, and then every week it was a new cliffhanger.
Oh,
that was stupid.
It was the my home hero.
My Home Hero. It felt
that was trash.
It starts to feel very My Home Hero because it what it does, the formula of it all, and it becomes very formulaic in a way it's just, for the sake of, and I hate for the sake of. So that's all I'm gonna say to that.
That's gonna kill it for me. I know.
Yeah, I know it will. I think it will. I truly do think it will. Because it's such an emotionally intelligent show at the beginning. I felt the same exact way you did watching that first episode, and then after that.
All right, before I get all a little sauced out and irritated by Takopi's original sin, what was your episode of the week, brother?
My episode of the week this week, it's always tough, but I'm going to go with probably my favorite show of the season so far. And it's definitely outside of, My Dress Up Darling coming back and new shows only, Betrothed to My Sister's Ex. I think this might be top 3 this entire season. An absolutely spectacular show. It's just, and it's not doing anything different. It's not reinventing the wheel. It's just something about these characters that is so likable. And I'm talking 7 Time Loop likable, but in a different spectrum of that, right? 7 Time Loop was different because of how powerful she was and the things she did to kind of up her character. But this one is going to be the story of a character. And it would seem like when you look at it on a list of anime lists, you look at it like, that's kind of a generic shoujo. And almost for the most part it is, but it is so much more than that because of the characters and how good they're well written, which is going to be the theme for this episode for me personally. But they're so fucking well written. It's unbelievable, unavoidable. The storytelling in it is spectacular. I loved it. Did you watch it yet?
Yeah, I watched the first episode.
You didn't watch the second episode yet? Okay. What did you think though of that first?
It kind of falls into the category of some of these other. Like I agree with you said about the 7th Time Loop. There's something about it that feels 7th Time Loop-esque. It just doesn't have that aspect to it.
It's a different spin, yeah.
Yeah, but the characters are dynamic. I like the characters better. Now, I'm not going to say better. I'm not saying better. I like the characters better than other shows that we have this season, for sure.
Yeah. It's something about, and then they wait to the second episode to tell more of the story, obviously. But that first episode, just talk about the first episode, felt like it could have been just a full movie in itself with everything that happened from the beginning to the mid plot to the end of that end plot. It just felt like it could have just all been a movie within that first episode. Then the second episode comes through and just like, okay, all right, now we getting into it. And now it feels like it's going to be a gradually growing, intriguing story between 2 very fantastic characters and a cast around them that seems also very good. Okay. Now, I guess this is kind of leading into the continuation of the, anime season, for the summer, because there is a new show that dropped, and it's a shonen, but it's a part of the conversation that we're going to have with this new one called Gachiakuta. I just want to preface this by saying I don't think either one of these are anything spectacular. Okay, Gachiakuta being worse than the other, but in my personal opinion, and Till has a different opinion that he's going to speak on that later. But the reason why we want to discuss this is because I want to clear something up. And what I think I need to clear up is within the our anime community specifically. Okay, let me help y'all understand something. I don't like shonen. We know this, but I've also watched over probably 100, 200, 300 shonen anime, and it's 1,000 plus anime that I've watched over the times and years of doing this podcast. So to help, you better get what I'm about to say. I can definitely, even with my level of shonen, my level of likability towards shonen not being high, I can still objectively critique a shonen objectively. Okay. And what I mean by that is when I see poor writing, I will speak on poor writing. When I see poor characters, I will speak on poor characters. Gachiakuta has both. Poor writing. For example, this episode 2 of Gachiakuta, spoilers, but trust me, it's no big deal. He talks about garbage having or gaining spirit when you leave it alone. That in itself being a proper narrative or a proper piece of this narrative in this story of this world, already trash, pun intended. Like, I think that's so garbage. And then the fact that they talk about how this character being special and the way he's special is that he can control more than one piece of trash at once because everybody has these powers, etc. It's atypical, usual shonen that is so basic that it fucking hurts. It hurts so bad. The only thing unique about Gachiakuta is they're in this trash world versus this town that's in a sky, or this world that's in a sky, they call it. But the character is he's a piece of fucking cardboard, so bland and boring and fucking just yelly, screamy, again, atypical, usual shonen character that I can't fucking stand. The characters around him seem like they're going to be your atypical, usual characters that are going to teach him and show him the way of how to become more powerful, blah, 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 so he can get his revenge. Regardless, the world is uninteresting, the character is uninteresting, and I cannot stand this writing. The writing insults my intelligence. That pisses me off so much, so very much that it hurts. Now, as far as this other show, and I'm gonna let Tel speak on why he likes Gachiakuta and why he doesn't like this one. Tougen Anki, this one is more interesting to me is because of the character. The character has, or kind of has an attitude, which is not anything different, really. Again, these characters in shonens normally have this kind of attitude, but it's more intense. He's more intense, and he says some very hurtful things in his first episode to his father figure. And long story short, he gets into a scuffle with this enemy group of people that then leads to something tragic happening in his life. That's something tragic, and maybe it was the voice acting because I watched it dub. Shout out to Zeno, by the way. Did a fantastic job in both of these shows, again, by the way. But this emotional thing that he delivers at the end of it has me more attached to him as a character than I do in Gachiakuta. Now, I don't think any of these shonens are particularly great, but I'm way more interested in Tougen because of the character and what seems, and just from watching the intro, because shout out to the intro, always spoiling shit, what it seems to be like we're going to be introduced to a nice cast of characters that are going to be interesting, unlike in Gachiakuta. Because even this new guy that we got introduced in Gachiakuta to me is very uninteresting. He's not even Kakashi type or Gojo type. He's just uninteresting. He's just fucking boring to me. So that is what I got to say. I can objectively still critique shonen, even at my level of hate towards it, like anybody else. But I will say specifically that just because I don't like it as much as as much as anybody else, don't mean I can't properly judge it, in which I think I can. I think I'm qualified enough to do so. All right, sorry, Tel.
All right, cool. So everything Polo said is accurate, right? It is what it is. I think that both the shows are, in my opinion, less than stellar.
Yeah, now, they're both less than stellar.
The thing is about this, and this is kind of the point I was getting to, is that everything in like anime, and I'm not gonna ever say everything, but a lot of things in anime are very lore based. You know what I mean? Like Gachiakuta with the trash coming to life is a spiritual lore that they have in Japan with garbage being left around and it taking becoming a being and whatever, right? Then you got the Momotaro story with Momotaro being a Oni and Ogre Slayer, and this is what it is, and eventually wanting to somehow come together with the Oni and, fighting that whole story. It's a very common story. Peach Boy story happens. Yeah, it happens. We've seen it 1,000 times. We see the inner demon story several times. Everyone's favorite anime, like Polo mentioned, Kakashi, has the inner demon. Bleach, inner demon. Everything has that. We have Gachiakuta with the main character having these black hands and some power that he doesn't quite understand. Inner demon. It's all the same. Yeah, it's all the same. It's all inadvertently. It's so easy to pre-digest, right? And I say that to say that it doesn't mean that it can't be good, right? That's
true. Yes.
It doesn't mean that it can't be good.
Written better.
And we have seen it 1,000 times in anime that have 24 to 1,000 plus episodes. Mm-hmm. We've seen it so many times. That does not mean that it takes away from your interest in it. We just, I would say personally for us, we prefer the writing to be a bit better. And even in my opinion, right, Polo feels like Tougen Anki is going to be better written, better characters, etc. And I feel like the world of Gachiakuta to me has already expressed itself in a way that I just find a little bit more elevated or more interesting, right? Mm-hmm. I do think that character-wise, there's nothing in Gachiakuta yet. Where are the characters? There's nothing. And there's not one character in that show yet. Yeah. The trash is a character, which is intentional, right?
Yeah,
but there's no characters in Gachiakuta, in my opinion. There are characters, obviously, but I'm saying they're not written
within them characters.
Whereas Tougen Anki delivered a character, 2 characters,
3 characters actually.
I'm about to get the third character that's connected to another character and has developed, and you want to know why they developed to this point. So I get it. There is a level of development in Tougen Anki that has already developed something that Gachiakuta hasn't in 2 episodes already.
It seems like one tried to expand on world, one tried to expand on characters, right? At the beginning. Right.
So it's a preference to which, and I prefer to I want to see what the world of Gachiakuta offers versus what I feel like the world of Tougen Anki. I already feel like I already know that world, so I have no interest in that world. But the characters, I'm not even going to say that the characters, I've already seen these characters. Mm-hmm. And let's be fair, in Gachiakuta, I've definitely already seen these characters too, but I feel like I haven't seen this world yet. Right. And that is why I'm more drawn to it. Now, are they both shonen? And this is going to get to the overarching point that I wanted to make in general for this episode. There are anime that I'm watching this season that I'm high key just forcing myself to watch, and I'm not saying that in the aspect of like don't watch some of these shows, right? That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying in the slightest. What I am saying is that shows like Omio Kaiten Rebirth Verse, right? The one I explained
last week
previously. It's not a good show, bro. And I watched episode 2. It was not a good episode 2. Yep. It was worse than episode 1. And I hope they understand that there's a 3-episode rule that most people will drop it. And I'm legit only probably going to finish it because I've already said to myself, I'm going to complete some shonen this season that I know that I normally would not complete. Specifically because I just want to not say reintroduce shonen into my life, but I know that there's going to be shonen shows that people are going to watch and that we're just not going to have an opinion on them because we don't care about them. And this is one I think that will be playful enough that I could just say, boom, throw it out there. And that's a wild one to have said I watched. So yeah, but that's how I feel about some of the shonen this season. I'm legitimately watching some of the shonen, not out of interest for them, but because they are just there to add to the list.
And again, it's something I'm gonna probably say often. With again, your level of knowledge of anime, you are capable of critiquing it, even though you slightly lean down towards the shonen, the atypical, be usual shonen, because you've watched so much. Now we've watched a lot, yes, we have, but it doesn't mean that we cannot properly judge a show for its shortcomings. And I will say that both of these shows, as Toad eloquently discussed, have very big shortcomings because it's just the same shit. Again, one being more interesting than the other, in my opinion, and one being more interesting than the other in his opinion, being two different things. And that goes to the conversation we had a very long time ago, is what's more important, characters to you, characters or the world. And because this is a kind of a different conversation, because I think because we've seen both the characters in these types of world very often, Gachiakuta is more unique because it hasn't been this kind of world, because and to be honest, it's just trash, literally and figuratively, in my opinion. Like, I think this whole the elites dropping trash down is just, obviously it's a typical metaphor for prejudice in society, but like, and I'm over that as well. But I just don't find, if the characters can't carry that world, then it's not going to be as interesting for 24. Is it 24? I think it's 24 episodes. It's just, I don't think it will, personally. While in this Tougen Anki, it entirely could fall apart because the characters just become one note, and the world not being as interesting. But the world isn't necessarily the world, because the world is just a world. Like, it's Tokyo. The characters are the world, the Momotaro and the Ori and whatnot. So again, that's why I'm more interested in it, because the fight they had, one, looked incredible. Like, it looked better than well, it did. It honestly, truly did, as far as a choreographed scene, not animation wise, but choreographed wise.
Choreographed, it was, I can say that
100% better than what we gotten in this trash one. And I'm gonna keep calling it trash one. I gotta give it its real name, because the trash one that's speaking of it literally, because it's about trash, essentially. But I'm saying Gachiakuta, because in Gachiakuta it was just,
it was in my opinion, I think overall Gachiakuta looked better, but the issue that Gachiakuta has is that a lot of what happens is they get to a place, and it's like, have you watched America's Best Dance Crew?
Of course. You
know how sometimes they say you got all this crew, all this real estate on the stage to move around, but you get to a point in the stage and you stop, and then you pause there, and then you move really fast to another spot, and then you stop, pause there, have this scene, and that's exactly what happens in Gachiakuta.
It's a cut.
It looks good.
It's a jump cut to the next thing, and it's a jump cut. But while the art style does look great, though.
But they're not even doing just jump cuts with that, and that's why I'm saying, like, this is me judging it critically, because I do think that I like Gachiakuta more, but the jump cut ain't even just the issue. It's literal scenes where the character gets to a point, stops moving, and then has this dramatic moment. They go right back to the same scene, continue the motion. They get to another point, stop moving, have this big dramatic scene there, and then it's motion again. It's literally a Pac-Man hitting a corner.
Prime example.
Stop it and then moving again.
Yeah, prime example. When he gets delivered to the other trash folk, and the other trash folk go, let's unwrap him, and then he's magically wrapped up in the back of this truck. Like, the next scene, there was no, like, they had time to unwrap him, but he didn't do anything at the time that they unwrapped him, and he let them chain him back up again. None of that makes sense to me either. I'm like, what the fuck why would that even let that happen? Like, it's small shit like that that annoys the hell out of me in these type of shows, but they do it because they have to, because for the dramatic effect of what they showed after that, with him being force fed the food and then breaking out of the chains, et cetera, et cetera. It's
Which
stupid.
Also makes no sense considering them breaking out of that and how they even would have captured him in the first place. But we're not here to deliberate the authenticity of this mystical world and their power system and how things happen.
Exactly. That whole logic part of it is what you get in from a shonen period. So I'm not going to go too hard on, but
Right.
It's just what you said is wholly accurate. Those jump cuts and again, that Pac-Man analogy was actually perfect because it was literally they turn that corner and then the next corner is something else, and it just happens. It doesn't show the happening. It just happens, which Tougen and Anki did because they were getting fucking knocked around and then.
Yeah, in Tougen Anki, that's why I say I can agree that the choreography there was better because the action led to the next actual scene, the next actual moment. And then even when they stopped the actual action and they moved to the more sentimental, emotionally dramatic part, the movement was still placed in a way in which like the motion was there. Yeah, they had moments where it stopped, but that was to be expected with that specific kind of scene.
And fucking Zeno killed that scene when he was saying, I didn't even get to apologize. I was like, oh shit, that kind of, I'm like, damn, I don't even know you yet. And that shit was rough. Cause it's one thing it is, man, is spoilers for episode 1, which we normally do anyway. He loses a loved one and they had a fight before that. And that regret that you have for having a fight and then losing that loved one, never easy, man. Especially in this particular instance where somebody sacrificed themselves for you too. Oh, and that's again much more interesting character development there because the person that sacrificed him isn't even supposed to be on his side in the first place. It's so much more to it that I'm more interested in learning about than I am with Gachiakuta. That is just, it sparks conversation. Again, both of them are probably going to be equally terrible, but I feel like I'm on your side with this one, and I want to force myself to add these two because it's kind of been a hot minute, right? Since I had this. I think the last official one was Undead Unluck.
And I feel like things like Bleach has spoiled us.
Yeah.
And even with Bleach having its shortcomings every once in a while, Bleach is a bit of it spoils you.
100%.
To say the least.
Because it has world and character.
Yeah. And the world is so interesting in Bleach to me. And then like, even though Bleach has some shallow characters, because it does have some shallow characters, let's be real. Like, while I love Grimmjow is not the deepest, most elegant character in terms of writing. He's effective. He's effective. They even brought him back, and it's like there really was no reason to bring Grimmjow back. You know what I mean? Not. But even with like Bleach being as beloved as it is, and like I said, we love it. You literally just heard. You literally just heard him press the button.
That's more Naruto, but yeah.
I know, but yeah, you're right.
Point remains the same. Yeah.
Point remains the same. We use the importance of Bleach in general, but it does still have a shortcoming in shonen. Yeah. But I do want to shift gears now.
Let's do it.
A little bit away from the shonen aspect. I know you're not going to watch this one, and I know you haven't watched this one. But this was one of the most surprising shows I've watched so far this season. There's no freaking way I'll be your lover unless.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't watch it, right?
No, of course not.
Okay, hear me out, brother, man. Hear me out. I really like this. Now, this is a girl's love.
Mm-hmm.
It's a girl's love. And I'm going to go into spoilers, obviously.
Of course.
But our main character, Renako Amaori, she is a character who is in high school and wants to make friends. She is having a hard time making friends and doesn't really know how to introduce herself and make friends, right? This almost seems like a theme that we might have this season, where we have this girl character who is unable to make friends. Now, the thing is that she's not like an unappealing character or anything like that. She's just kind of socially awkward. She has the flamboyant personality, that kind of stuff. She just doesn't know how to actually engage and make friends. Now, they are a group of girls who constantly talk to her, but she just doesn't feel like they're actually friends. So her goal is to make friends and have a regular friendship with multiple girls. Now, the other main character, her name is Mai Ozuka. She is interested in our MC, right? To the point to where she asks her, to date her. She wants to date her. Now, I don't want to really like go too in depth with it, but the understanding that they come to is this: they will do one of two different things. They will flip flop between days. One day they will be best friends, and that's how their day is going to be. The next day they're going to act as if they're dating. So they will switch in between those different days. One day they're best friend, next day they're dating. One day they're best friend, next day they're dating. It's based off when Mai changes her hair. That's
interesting.
Yeah, so it is actually kind of interesting. But the thing is that the character Mai, she's kind of this, like, I'm not gonna say she's a masculine character, but she kind of is. She's this masculine character where she seems a little pushy and a little in your face. And I say I don't like this, especially because if this was a guy character, I'd be like, no, this is inappropriate. But when I look at this character and actually look at the things that she's done, she hasn't done anything that has been invasive. She's just been more like, I'm interested in you and I want to get to that point. And our MC has never like outright just said, no, I don't want that. She's just like, I'm not sure. And I want to make friends, but I'm not sure. And that's what she's saying more or less. And Mai gets to the point to where she goes in and makes Renako thinks that she's getting a kiss, that she's going to give her a kiss. And Mai says, I would never put myself on you like that. And that kind of just solidified it for me. I'm like, so it's not going to be that where Mai is pressing herself on her. She is flirting with her. She likes her, but she's going to give her that dual experience. Yeah, she's going to give her that dual experience. She's going to be her friend. And the next episode, she's going to try and date her. But I actually really like it, bro. I like it. And I'm interested to see how the interaction with the other girls are, because they are, the other girls, one of them seems, she's very outgoing. Her name is Satsuki. She looks like, the typical black hair, and she seems to be really like edgy almost. But she also gets extremely shy. And it's just like these interactions are super cute, bro. That it just is what it is, man. They cute. Yeah, it's cute interactions between these girls, and I want to see where it goes.
Yeah, that leads me to the point you made about the whole forceful thing. Now, I wasn't going to go here next, but it kind of led me here, relatively well. That's the solo camping for 2. Yeah, I watched this first episode. This was the easiest drop. I watched the full thing, which is surprising. But this is the easiest drop I've ever had because 1, it's 24 episodes. 2, the girl character is the most pushy, bro. Yes, man. She's the most pushy, annoying, aggravating. Like that. Watching the beginning of this, I had the biggest smile on my face. Watching him get on a bus, and him get to his camp, sitting there watching him crack open a beer and enjoy life, and then just take in the environment. And then he steps away for 1 second and comes back to this girl just invading his privacy, and then slapping him after she unceremoniously and surprisingly popped the fuck up on his shit, and then she slaps him in the face. And then after that, he's like, yo, just leave. And she's like, no. And then all of a sudden, she decides that we're going to do this whole solo camping for 2 thing together, and I'm going to make you do it. I'm going to force you to do this, and you're going to do it. And it's like over and over and over, this whole episode is her saying, we're going to do it. You're going to do it. You have to do this. You can't. And it was so frustrating that I do not give a fuck at how emotionally attached these 2 get to each other, or whatever they learn from each other from this experience. That interaction alone is enough for me to say, I don't want nothing to do with you. Like at all. It was just unfortunate because Gen Kanokura seems like a very interesting character, which is the old dude.
Yeah.
He seems like a very interesting dude. He just wants to chill. And if it was just like him just camping and him talking about surviving in solo and going through different scenarios, I would have absolutely loved this. But her was
I want to say that the first few minutes of this was probably like the most refreshing.
Yeah.
The most refreshing bit of anime I feel like I watched in a while. And
that's
I agree with you that she immediately just did too much. And 100% like my least favorite kind of character. Mm-hmm. Now I am still going to watch it, but I agree with why you dropped it. I agree with why you dropped it 100% because I was contemplating not even finishing this episode, bro.
24 episodes of that? Nah. Or
yeah,
it's probably gonna be half of it at least, but still.
I feel like she has to get better. And
Probably.
and I hate the fact that I have to wager that, you know what I mean? That's where I'm not sure how long I'm going to watch it for. But bro, it just felt, I was so satisfied with the first few minutes, man.
It was so good.
I was just like, yo, if this is what it is, I'm gonna be good.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, and this is what I'm thinking. I'm like, all right, when they introduce the girl, she's gonna be like a noob. She ain't got no idea as to what she's going to do.
Absolutely.
And she's gonna be like this super eager to learn character.
A natural teaching, right?
Right. I'm thinking that's what it's going to be, and it's not that. And I can kind of overlook it. I'm just not sure how long I can overlook it, right? So I'm going to give it a chance in which I will overlook it for a bit, but I'm not sure. It's going to at least get 3 episodes.
Yeah.
But I want this to be so good, so bad, man. I want this to be so good, so bad, because it was, man. Like I said, it genuinely was the most refreshing 4 minutes 3 minutes 36 seconds I've had, man.
That was the perfect word to describe it. It was refreshing. From the moment he got off that bus and in his inner monologue just talking about what he's doing and why he's doing it, I'm just like, this is great. I would love a whole 24 of this.
And then it was like, I'm even thinking about the moment when he was just like, and it was 15 seconds when he like kind of drifted off into sleep.
Yep.
And you know, he thinks about his dad.
Yep.
I'm like, oh my God.
Cool,
that's
man.
so good.
And
then he wakes up and it's her. And it's like, I didn't have a problem. She's like, that whole, even her interaction with that specific moment wasn't bad. It's just the continuing to be pushy after we just had this night. After you just realized he had to sleep in the cold because he didn't want to overstep his bounds with you. To me, I'm like, man, you not even realizing. Like, and she realizes though. You know what I mean? I'll give her credit. She realizes.
Sure, but it's like
what happened. But it felt that way. Yes. Mm-hmm. So I really want it to. If it gets to a point immediately, quickly, swiftly, quick, fast, in a hurry. If it gets to a point to where she feels like she's actually contributing to the development of these character roles, then I'll be cool with that. And I can even take some moments of immaturity with acknowledgement. You know what I mean? Like if there's moments where she's like, oh, I'm having a little outburst for like 10 seconds, but then immediately acknowledges it, then I can take it. I want this show to be good, bro. I want this show to be good so bad. I want it to be good so bad because I was so happy. I was so happy.
I had to get in Discord and instantly ran about it as soon as it was over. I'm like, no, because it was right there, bro. For that first 5 minutes, it was right there. And then the moment that really got me though was her slapping him.
Yeah,
like yo,
because it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault.
You
man.
put up on me. It's just man, absolutely atrocious start for that one for me. Well, the start was great, but you know what I mean.
I entirely know what you mean, bro.
I do want to take this time to specifically shout out Dr.Stone for being great this week. I really enjoyed this episode of Dr.Stone. Normally we wouldn't touch on a continuation of a series. This is the core 2 of season 3, which is the final season. But this is such a good episode. I hope it keeps this up.
This is definitely their bag, right? This is the formula that they need to almost stick to.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say they need to stick to it because there will obviously be deviations where things will be a little bit more like action centric.
Yeah, which is okay.
But I hate to say this, but I feel like the action of Dr. Stone is in the discovery and the solving of the riddles. You know what I mean? Figuring out what's next. And I love that we shifted away from the and I love Bill Nye the Science Guy, but I love that we shifted away from the Bill Nye over explanation of little small projects within the show into the actual like implementation, the actual implementation and action towards solving it. You know what I mean? They're describing the things they're trying to solve while solving them. And I love that.
Well, while I agree, but slightly disagree with what you said, because the Bill Nye part was good when they were grabbing materials and putting these materials together to make these materials. I think that part was honestly some of the best in the show personally. It's the ooh, ta-da, we have this because we did that. Like, and what I mean by that, it was, we have this entire steam engine, but don't say how we got there or where we got it from and how we discovered this and what we had to discover that. And when they stopped doing that, when they just said, ta-da, 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 we have this, ta-da, ta-da, that's where it became weaker to me. Like really weak, because it was just stuff popping out of nowhere, which was what we loved about the show, was them getting the journey to getting to that technology instead of the technology just magically appearing. Within those goofy moments too, it was just so irritating. But I digress. Everything else you said was spot on though.
Right, and I'm not saying that those moments weren't good. I'm saying more of like the ones where they were like almost reiterations.
Yeah,
I mean?
I see.
Like if you did it once and then you bring it back and say this is the same thing I did, but I'm just and it's one thing. Yeah, it's one thing when they like, hey, I got this boat, and then I want to I got this. What was it? It was the almost like the kiln or like stove thing they made, and then they remastered it or remade it into the actual tank. That was fine. Right. It's more of like, okay, now we're changing the tank into a boat. Like you don't have to go through the whole process. Just tell me the parts of the boat. And then move on, bro.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So that's more about what I mean. But I love this formula where we kind of get the plot and understanding on the fact that, like, man, I love, and how I can't spoil it because this is like, but brother,
let's call it progress.
The light and stuff like that. That's just so dope. Yeah. I was so very pleased with this episode. It was
it's like progress in the main quest.
Yeah, but this is my favorite for Dr. Stone. This is when Dr. Stone is the easiest to watch for me.
Same. And the episode flew by. And even the cast was getting better. I'm like, oh shit, this is getting fired. Oh, it was so good. All right, so let me go to something new real quick. This show called Dealing with the Mikadono Sisters is a breeze.
Oh, I meant to watch it.
You gotta watch it. Now, this is so funny because I watched it right after I watched A Couple of Cuckoos season 2, which is very, very interesting because A Couple of Cuckoos season 2 basically continues on where they left off with who was Hero, who seems like she still is for now, was my favorite girl, moving in with the group. So if you haven't watched it, I'm not going to go into any more details than that, but A Couple of Cuckoos season 2, it's so good, so funny, just great cast of characters. I'm enjoying where that's going. But this Dealing with the Mikadono Sisters is a breeze. It came out with 2 episodes, and now I personally, while Crystal didn't agree with me on this one, but I personally felt like the fact that they dropped 2 episodes was very much needed, because the first episode for me personally was almost an instant drop. Not instant drop. Instant is a little harsh because solo camping is an instant drop. This one was more so like, I don't know if I'm going to continue to watch this because of the way it kind of went. But it's about this kid whose parent was top tier Japanese actress. I mean, she was wonderful. She was the best of the best when it came to her field of acting. She came from a prestigious school that he's actually enrolled in or just enrolled into. She came from that prestigious school, top scholar, and this school is like, again, top tier, like one of the best schools in Japan, and they're all about being great at anything or everything. So if you're not, you're kind of like below the line. He goes to this new school, and he's basically thrust into the meat of it, because they have something called these the 3 kings, I think they call them. I can't remember the exact term they use for them. But basically these 3 main characters that are like spectacular, they're top of the school in acting. One is top of the school in, I think it's karate, and the other is top of the school in like shogi. And they're like 3 royals, they call them, 3 royals. And they like can't be beaten anything. So he comes and he's forced by those 3 royals to be put into like different challenges to see what he's capable of doing. He gets thrusted into karate in the karate club, and the karate club is basically beating his ass. I mean, he's not good at karate at all. And to be fair, he's not good at anything, come to find out. So while he's trying to live up to his mother's expectations, we quickly find out that he's not able to at all.
Not ever.
Not ever. And unfortunately, that leads to him being basically shunned in this very prestigious school. Then he, when he get out of his first day of class, he goes to the house that he's supposed to live in, and come to find out the house he's supposed to live in is the house with the 3 royals in it, which happen to be the Mikadono sisters.
Okay.
So now he's put up with those 3 royals who basically shunned him in the school because he was incapable of doing anything, or is incapable of doing anything, while his mom is this prestigious actress that he just can't live up to. And this is where very couple of cuckoos or very quintessential quintuplets come out. It's much more playful, much more less serious than those particular shows, or a couple of cuckoos. Maybe it's because a couple of cuckoos isn't serious at all, but this is around that realm of non-seriousness. The art is a little weird to me because they have very elongated necks. I know you as an artist would know what I mean by that. When like their shoulders is low and their head, like their neck is long, but their head is like normal size. It's a very strange, unnatural look to it, kind of. But you quickly get over it. And I will say they have some gorgeous like panel moments, if you will, for lack of a better words, within this show between the characters. And it's I think I like it. I do like it. I think I'm going to like it because of the growth that's already starting to happen within these first 2 episodes. But I feel like they did need those 2 episodes to experience that growth, which was a very genius idea by them to drop 2.
So, yeah. But before I talk about the next thing I want to talk about, I want to say this: Lord of Mysteries.
Okay, I still haven't started yet because the dub ain't out.
Don't worry. I just want to say this before, and I'm gonna make it quick. Is that I want to watch it and I want to enjoy it so bad.
Just wait for the dub with me, brother.
I am. I'm going to. That's what I'm getting to. Is that I can't.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful show. It sounds amazing, even. Other than them talking, I mean, the talking ain't even bad. It's not even that.
Yeah.
The show just feels unimaginably disjointed. Like I watched the last episode, and I'm just like, all right. I hate to feel like it's continuing this motion of like just jumping around.
Just stuff happening.
It's just stuff happening. Regardless of how much you pay attention, regardless of watching the episode 2 or 3 times, it does not feel better.
I got something to say about that, too. And this might click it for you. There's one thing I know that you're smart. Okay. Think about it like this. The main.
You gonna tell me to turn my brain off?
No, absolutely not. No.
Okay.
No. Not, especially not for Lord of Mysteries. I turned it on again and I watched about 15 minutes or so, or whenever he got transmogrified or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it like this. I tried to do it again. I just can't watch and read and listen to that. It's just hard. I digress. We already talked about it a couple episodes ago. But when I watched it, I'm like, maybe nobody else really thought about this, but I know Tell could have, so maybe I'm still off on this, but hear me out. Do you think it's because the character that got transmogrified into this new person, he didn't get reborn into the world, he has time to learn about the world. He's been transmogrified into a whole new person. So that whole new person already has a life that he's living. So within that life that he's living, he doesn't know anything. He's coming into this knowing nothing. So why would we know anything?
Right. And that's not even the issue I'm having.
Okay.
But I agree with you.
Okay.
That so is where I'm at. The issue that I am personally having is in which, like, for instance, what was not this episode, but the previous episode, they introduced an item, and the item in which how it works helps solve a mystery within the show.
Okay.
And they go from explaining how this item works, like they did show how it works, but immediately, almost with like no real cut scene. Like there was a switch to a different scene.
It just happened
right into the action to using that same item, and they're like almost immediately in the middle of a fight. You know what I mean?
Interesting. Okay. So now I know what you're saying.
The flow felt disjointed because the first episode to me, after like revisiting it, it feels like it makes more sense.
Right.
And even after watching a few more episodes, that first episode feels like it makes more sense. The previous episode does not feel like it makes more sense after watching it and then watching another episode. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's why
some of it.
Sorry.
No, but I'm just saying some of it does not feel well put together, regardless of how good it looks.
Right. And that's why I say it's probably best to wait for the dubbed and then binge it through. Because what's probably happening is exactly what you just said. You watch that first episode, you watch the second episode, you watch the third episode, and that first episode don't make sense until you watch the third episode. And then this fourth episode won't make sense until you watch the sixth episode. And then, so you see what I'm saying? Maybe it's that kind of thing, but that's still not a great way of experiencing a show, to be honest.
Yeah, and that does not feel good. But I will say we've had shows where things in the past made more sense as you've gone through it, i.e. Steins Gate. But I mean, yeah, ReZero even, but ReZero was just better. You can't compare it. But like for me, like Steins Gate, yes, it took a while for everything to click, but when it clicked, I was like, oh my God. I can't necessarily foresee that click, but I feel like this show is amazing. I feel it when I'm watching. I'm like, this show is amazing. Like, there's a lot of good aspects to the show. There's a lot of good information in the show. Mm-hmm. It's more of the flow of the show. Now, I don't think it's the actual. I don't even think it's the way that the information they give is good. It makes sense, but the flow of the show is what makes the least sense. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
It's literally just the pacing, because I could say the characters are interesting. Even the world is interesting. The sound is amazing. The animation is amazing, but the pacing on this is like a solid 2. Damn. But it literally feels like they cut from moment to moment. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That totally makes sense. The good news is that they did, fortunately, redub the subs. They resubbed the subs, so they got an actual translator to translate the subtitles. So if you go back, a lot of the stuff that was translated in episode 1 being completely different now. Like, it's whole different words and shit that are like not what the person said at first.
They stopped using Google Translate and used who actually knows the language.
Exactly. So that's good news, at least. So that should make the dub relatively soon then, since they got that together. Because I think the problem was I don't think they had any Mandarin translators for this particular show over at in this particular studio, which was I mean, it's just Tencent, so it's not even like anybody else working with Crunchyroll to like they did with
I'll say they literally have the money though. It's Tencent.
Yeah, I think because this is their first foray at like strictly publishing and Crunchyroll's publishing, but you know what I mean, strictly producing an anime. That they're fucking up big time.
I was gonna say they literally Epic 7. They're behind that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're behind some of the biggest
everything in the video game industry.
Yeah, right. You know what I mean? Money bags over there. Coming to Respect Gaming soon.
Coming to Respect Gaming soon for sure. I was reincarnated as the Seventh Prince came back. Mm-hmm. Great episode, by the way. I just love this show so much.
Yo, Prince is so funny though.
It's so
He's
funny.
Funny. I'm thinking about him in that church, bro. His face.
I was thinking about the first 5 minutes of it. I'm like, this motherfucker is not doing what I think he's doing, and he was. I was dying at that beginning because I'm like, I cannot believe what I'm watching right now. He
a literal demon, bro. A literal demon, man.
That boy was going toe to toe with Michael, man. That's crazy. I ain't even gonna say no more than that.
I'm telling you.
What did you think about the second episode of Da Da Da?
It was better than the previous episode because you got less fondling of young women. I actually thought this episode was kind of interesting. Yeah. And I'll be fair. This is one of the better episodes. You watched this one?
Oh yeah.
I think it was one of the better episodes because of the aspect, and I think we clearly talk about this. The the spirits in this show, I feel like are like the ghosts or spirits or demons or whatever.
The only interesting thing about this show.
They're the best part of the show. Yeah. Like the aliens, you could take them and run. Yeah. The kids, you can high key take them and run too. Mm-hmm. Keep Turbo Granny, keep the spirits, yep. and keep regular Granny. Yep. And we good. Yep. That could be the show.
The thing with this is, you know what? I'm gonna do the shit sandwich, if you will. I love the way that this show, as far as its animation goes, like the stuff that happens to the people or the kids and anything that, just the action around it, very Mob Psycho. It doesn't take itself too serious, right? Because they're doing outrageous shit that could kill anybody normally, like fucking falling downstairs and smacking through, like all kinds of shit that is deadly dangerous. I love that they don't take that too serious. That's the part of the shonen-esque piece of it that I absolutely enjoy. And then the characters come in. I don't like Gigi. I just don't like him. But I do like that spirit story. That spirit story was so fucking good. And then now it's about to be inside of Gigi, and it's about to be this whole, I just don't know why we gotta do this, man. Like, you know, like this, it could be so good. And maybe it will be eventually. But that spirit story was so sad and
oh my God. It was so good.
Yeah. So well written.
But we say the same thing. I don't. What's the other girl name? The pink hair girl
with the ballerina.
With the ballerina.
Oh my God,
that ballerina spirit girl.
One of the best episodes of anime ever.
She was so cool,
incredible.
And then we got to deal with her again.
Exactly. Her forcing herself in the Oak Room, getting on my goddamn nerves, pushy ass.
Ira Shiratori, that's her name. Mm-hmm. And we got to do it Ira again. But man, was her spirit so cool. It was super cool. It was so interesting to see that. It was the coolest 16 minutes of just seeing that character alone. And then you got everything else in that episode. And that's how it feels with this. The evil eye spirit. It's so cool.
Yes.
So cool.
Yes.
The story behind it, and if you know anything about the evil eye, it makes complete sense because 100%. There's going to be more than one type of evil eye, and this is just one of them, and it's so cool. It's so cool.
The whole, again, which I think we talked about earlier in the episode, but the whole Japanese lore aspect of this particular shonen is so top tier. It's incredible. It's incredible,
man.
But everything else is just, it's like we're walking through molasses, bro, trying to get to this part. You know, it's like we're treading through water, just trying to get to these parts. But now that we got to this part, what's going to happen now? Is it going to be just a fight against the aliens now? And then it's going to be these fucking weird fondling aliens trying to touch this girl and find his balls or whatever the fuck. It's just so stupid, man. It's just dumb.
That's the gasp and the hard part of Dandadan is like,
it's like right there.
Why do I have to even deal with that? Yeah.
And then Shield Hero season 4 is back.
Amazing.
I was just about to say, what a great comeback, right? Like, am I tripping?
Yes. Nah, you're not at all. It got right to it.
Yep.
It got right to it.
They did a nice little recap, so I was reminded of where we were going and what we were doing. I'm like, yeah, it's brilliantly paced.
Naofumi is great.
Yep.
And it immediately it showed us the progress of all the characters.
Yep. Which is fire, by the way. And the animation between the two tiger kids was, whoa, wait a minute.
Oh, all right. She poked him in the chest, hit him with the 64 trigrams. You know what I mean? 8 trigrams, 64 palms. I mean, immediately hit him right in the chest and shut him down.
Yeah.
But to look at the entirety of this episode that we got for Shield Hero season 4, episode 1. What made it so cool was that it was almost a sense of duality with the idea that we got progress immediately. We got to see the progress, and we got to see that we need to take action now. We're thinking about the future with the Phoenix to come and other things like that. We go to where, I guess this is a spoiler, but we go to where Nafumi
a new
is
place.
Yeah. So there's a lot that's just so much.
The political piece of it is going to be extremely intriguing, I think.
But yes, that's it. That's what it is. Is that it's already intriguing in more aspects than just trying to get to the action. You know what I mean?
Man. Talk about it. I'm still. I didn't start Dreaming because I'm sure you didn't get to watch the movies of the Dreamers yet. So I kind of want to watch that with you. What's good to know though is I think I want to wait for the dub anyway. So
okay,
which will give you time. So take your time.
Yeah, we're gonna get that done.
But I can't wait to fucking start that. I cannot. I honestly can't wait. Which is where Rascal Does Not Dream of a Santa Claus. Which again, take these titles with a grain of salt because there's much more to these shows than those titles will lead you to believe.
I do want to talk about this too.
Yeah, please do.
So I'm just gonna talk about the ones that I didn't watch that I did happen to pick up on. Watari Kun's sister?
Okay, yeah. Actually, a really good episode for episode 2, by the way.
I will say that this is high-key a great anime.
Yeah. It's very interesting, right?
Yeah, I would say this is obviously not what I thought it was going to be.
Same, bro.
And I'm glad that it's not that. But the character dynamics I feel like are going to be both funny and extremely serious.
Talk about it.
Because it's like you have this.
You watched episode 2 too?
I didn't finish it. I'm like halfway through episode 2.
Okay, so
because we started this.
Go ahead. Sorry. I think you was about to say what I was about to say.
But the past friend, I feel like I'm gonna love her, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I do. I'm torn with actions because of how the siblings have their past as well.
Yeah,
but I feel like I gotta finish the episode, and then I feel like we're gonna see more as things progress.
I was about to say what. Damn, I wish you would have finished it. I should have, because
that was literally what I was watching before you jumped into Discord.
Okay. Where did it leave off at? Was it before or after he found the paper? Did you anything about finding the paper?
Hold on, I'm about to. Okay, I wasn't halfway through. I was 8 minutes and 20 seconds in.
Okay, so you didn't find the paper part yet.
Nah, okay. That's not there yet.
Okay, because that part right there leads me to believe that the sister brother relationship is so much fucking deeper than the creepiness that we thought it was gonna be. Even on top of him just needing to take care of his sister, it's deeper, bro. It's like a mental. How can I say this without?
Connection. It's a bond. It makes perfect sense.
But bro, it's deeper, like medical almost, even if you will. It's something is there. It's like mentally there, like crazy. Which blew my fucking mind. Almost Love Flops-esque kind of twist, if you will.
Okay.
When it comes to something that happens in that episode 2, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, bro. Yeah, and maybe I'm overthinking it, but I can't wait to see it.
I'm saying what I'm saying because of like the fact that to me their relationship is very much valid, especially with what happened with their life and then them having to travel between family members and now they're essentially by themselves. You know what I mean? I'm already feeling like there's gonna be a lot of beauty in this story, and I'm very happy with watching it already,
bro. And I feel like there's gonna be a lot of heartbreak. Actually.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I also feel like that's what's going to happen with the friend. I feel like the friend is also going to be part of that heartbreak because I think that there's a valid reason behind what she did, even though it may be. I don't think it's. I'm saying valid emotionally, but it's technically not valid ever. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you get what I'm saying, like you shouldn't have did that.
No, 100%.
But I think that's why she's back in the way that she is, in order to like recompense for that. You know what I mean?
I should have watched it because with the conversation that we could have, because I do feel like it's just so much in there that it's like, what if it's I don't know, man. It's kind of hard. It kind of tugs at not my heartstrings, but it kind of like what the fuck could possibly be. Okay, I'm gonna stop there because that's what we're gonna talk about next week. Because again, I could just be overthinking it because I do that sometimes when it comes to these stories, like making stories deeper than what they actually are.
We both do. You ain't even got to worry about it.
I think it is though. I think it actually is there because the way they do it is fucking crazy. And it goes to show that. No, fuck it. All right.
The next one I was gonna say is the private tutor to the Duke's daughter.
Oh yeah.
First 2 episodes. First of all, our MC is amazing. I think was it Dad Needs to Talk who said that he's worried about their relationship with him, like how they find like
that's all for one Matt.
All for one Matt said that. All right, I can see it, but I do feel like it is I feel like it's not going to be an impedance on the actual story itself.
Was I right about that? It could have been Dad Needs to Talk.
I'm not sure. It was probably all for one Matt. I'm not sure.
Okay, but yeah, I agree with him.
But I love his character. I can see him he's not letting that hold him back, and he's going to get his job complete. But the way he teaches and the way he develops the moment even within the show, man, he's great.
No, I was about to say, no, he's like, he's honestly putting the show on his back for me personally.
Backpack for sure.
Yeah. But the conversation between him and Walter at the end of, wait, it's only 2 episodes out, right? Or am I thinking of episode 3? I'm thinking of episode 3. So you only watched 2. So there's 3 episodes out, and there's a conversation that happens at the end between him and Walter, which is Tina's dad, and it's fucking crazy. It's like, yo, he put some shit. He put some shit down, and I'm like, I respect him even more so. So he's just a character that exudes confidence and just, again, those characters that aren't bumbling, I enjoy a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has control, self-control, if you will. That I enjoy. Did you watch my sleeper?
Which one's your sleeper again?
Osu ni Habita Wo. Or
oh yeah, the one with the girl who claims to be normal, but she be playing her gotcha games or her dating sims in the bathroom.
Yeah. Or she doesn't claim to be normal. She knows she's not normal.
Yeah. Like I guess I'm saying normal as in like she thinks she's not appealing.
Yeah. The background character, if you will.
All right, just give me a second. Now Busu ni Watabi wo.
Yeah.
Hanataba wo.
April Showers is what its English titles.
Yeah. April Showers bring May flowers.
Mm-hmm. You watch both or just one?
I watched both.
Oh, clean.
Let me think how I'm gonna say this. I need her.
Yes, say it, Tell, please.
To get it together.
Yes, man. Thank you, bro. She's way too hard on herself, man. It's killing me.
Cause she got it. She chilling for real.
Yeah, she's so nice.
She ain't gotta even work that hard. I the first episode with the like beautification project thing that was happening, like the very first episode with the with just the first few minutes, her getting there early.
Yeah.
Completely overthought.
Yeah.
Completely overthought it, man. And it was beautiful what she did anyway.
Yeah.
And I feel like any normal person will recognize that.
I know.
I feel like this is what it is, right? She has to realize that what she is doing and the kind of person she is above normal, above average.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that she needs to take it to the head and become like a douche or anything like that.
Right.
But she is doing things that are above average. So she needs to view herself as like, hey, I'm on the same level as everyone. Even if I feel like I'm not attractive or whatever, bro, chill on yourself. But like, you're doing things.
Feelings, man.
You're doing things, and other people recognize that immediately. I feel like it's not. She's probably gonna. And this show is probably gonna be so like heartwarming, and because I feel like that already, but I feel like this show's gonna be 10 times more heartwarming than I even think it is. Like she's not gonna have almost a single bad actual interaction. It's all gonna be in her head.
In her head, yeah, man.
And that's the worst part because I think it's real. You know what I mean? It's real. People 100%. Are going to have that. I mean, I have moments where I'm like, am I overdoing something? I've had moments even with my wife where I'm like, oh, am I doing too much? Am I, you know what I mean?
100%.
That's my wife. But it's like, I get that's real, but it's like she taking it to the 100th level, the 100th degree.
But like, how can we even, judge that, right? We truly can't. Like she's been.
That's not.
Yeah, not saying that we are, but it's just she's been through nothing essentially, but because of what she thinks of herself and what she's been reading, and you know what I'm saying, like there's people in real life who I was cool with in real life who just don't watch Naruto and take their confidence from Naruto the character, who was influenced by anime at such a deep level that it becomes their personality. And that happens. That's real. And for her, it's like she sees all these beautiful people in these shoujo manga that are just, it's just the embodiment of perfection all the time, because that's all she reads, or these gacha games or these dating sims or these perfect guys that she sees. And now she's getting talked to for the first time by the popular kid in school. That would weigh on somebody's mental, right, when it comes to this. So
right. And that's why I'm not mad at her. Yeah, that's why I'm saying that's why I'm not mad at her. But I do think it's a great sign as to why certain things in life need to be at a limit.
Talk about it.
Sometimes you got to chill a little bit,
take a step back. Yeah,
she's I mean,
so
you can say it's a bit of a parent's fault, but yeah, everything she's doing is such a like. She's just an overall just decent person.
Yep.
And by decent, you gotta remember a lot of people are not decent. Right. A lot of people are not good people. Yeah. So it's like she already won. She's winning.
Do you think? Okay, gut check, I guess, for this one in particular. Do you think it's gonna get messy with the other girl?
No, I think it's gonna get messy in her head, because I think everything is going to be strictly how she sees it. And I say that because I think that the other girl might be attracted to him, but that's why she was trying to gauge to see if that's what's going on, because I feel like this other girl's going to back off.
Yeah.
But I don't think that he sees her like that at all. Or the other girl like that at all. I don't think he's even slightly worried about that. He's strictly like just on a friend basis.
Yeah.
Essentially with both of these girls. And
they get a little spark though at that bowling alley, I think it was.
If anything, I think he's gonna end up with our MC. I don't think he's gonna end up with that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The spark he got with her.
That's what I thought you meant.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't actually foresee a clash other than what she thinks is happening in her head. But what I think is going to be cool is that it's going to be described and correlated in a manner in which is like in that video game sense, where she's like, this is where our friendship level is, and I need to make sure that it doesn't go down kind of concept. I do think that's going to be one of those things that's going to be ever present.
The funny thing you said when you say that is it's so crazy how we have different thoughts, but the same thought almost. I do think there's going to be a clash, but in the way that you're saying, but in a different kind of way that you saying. Fucking I know that doesn't make sense, but hear me out. So
I know exactly what you're about to say.
So I think that the other girl, the popular girl, is going to confess that she likes him, but he's going to turn her down because he realized that he likes Tabby. I'm gonna call her, or Tabitha, or whatever her name is, and Tabitha is going to turn him down because she don't think she really likes her. So it's going to get messy in that sense, and it's going to hurt the feelings of the popular girl in like this weird roundabout way. That it's very interesting because I think conceptually what we're saying is the same thing, because it's going to be her denying him because she's overthinking. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, in a roundabout way, so we think the same thing.
She beating herself up, and that's where the whole fight is.
Yeah, shit hurts my feelings so much. I hate that, especially for girls, because I'm gonna be real with you. I've known a girl way younger. I was way younger. And this is obviously, if you have any issues, please talk to somebody who took themselves out because of just internal demons when it came to what she thought people thought about her. You know what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily that people thought that about her. Nobody thought anything about her, really. It's just internal demons that she struggled with, that she couldn't handle in it. And I think from there is why I'm always trying to compliment anybody. I don't care what you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's important that people know that regardless of looks, you are fucking beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And live like that, believe that, understand that. And when you do that, nothing can stop you. And to be honest, I'm not the most confident person in myself, but I didn't live like that, you know? So it's just, understand that, have more faith in yourself is the moral of what I'm trying to say there. And I think
the speech.
I think that's important, man. I really, really do. All right,
we need a protagonist button, not an
protagonist button. Yo, that'll actually be clean. That's a good idea. Wow, that's a great idea. We're gonna cook something up.
Now, did you watch My Sleeper?
Oh, of course. Okay, let me be honest with you, Till. And this is no particular order yet, because we do that way later in the season of the shows that we're talking about. But your show, Secrets of the Silent Witch, and I'm not counting returning shows, of course, and probably Welcome to the Outcast Restaurants are top 3. Top 3 shows this season for me.
That's crazy.
No, I'm sorry. Maybe remove Outcast Restaurant. Maybe it's tied with Betrothed to My Sister's Ex, because those 4 are just fucking incredible shows. I'm just like captivated by these shows. And again, I'm not captivated by Apocalypse Bringer the same way I'm captivated, but the same reason why I'm captivated by Secrets of the Silent Witch, or the same reason why I'm captivated by Welcome to the Outcast Restaurant. It's just different captivations that I have with these particular shows, because they're obviously, a lot of shows are different. Yeah, very different and better than each other when it comes to different aspects of that particular show. But Apocalypse Bringer, which is Tail Sleeper, has been fucking incredible to me personally, from a personal standpoint, because of my love of strategy games. I mean, you go through my Steam right now, which we'll probably do on Respect Gaming. Make sure you follow Respect Gaming. Yeah, there's a lot of these strategy games that I have hundreds of hours in. Europa, fucking Civilization specifically is poignant to this point, because it's almost exactly what this game in particular that he's referring to is in Apocalypse Bringer, and this shit blows my mind at how accurate it is. It's great.
And let me say this, and I say this, I said it last week, but I don't mean it in necessarily this sense. But I do mean it in this sense, in a way. This show is so simply good.
Oh, so simple, bro. Yes. But
I feel like I keep saying it's simple, and I understand
that more now, though.
Simple.
I do understand that more simple now. Right.
But you get what I'm saying, though. Now it's not simple.
Yep.
But for like what Polo said, well, this is your kind of game. This is what you play. If you just think of it as an isekai, it's simple.
Very simple.
It's good. When you think of it as the game aspect, though, it is much broader.
Bruh, dude.
It is so much broader than that.
Slight spoilers, but when he was complaining about his starting position, I'm like,
man, oh my God.
That's me. I quit, restart. Let me find somewhere else.
When that happened, I was like, it makes sense.
Yep.
You're literally on the same spoiler, with major powers.
Yeah,
it's like being born. Yeah, it's like being born between like the United States and Russia or something like that. You don't want to be in the middle. What do you mean?
you mean to tell me? You mean to tell me I'm fucking in Lithuania when I have fucking Russia, China, North, like all these places around? Like, no, dude, it's a terrible start. Terrible start.
And all I got is me and the dark elves that just happen to walk over here.
Right, the very few dark elves, but. What I'm gonna start doing is for this particular show, and shout out to All for One Matt, because he told us how he was a little confused. Well, they saw him as a figure. He was glad that we discussed how it works in the game sense in particular. What I'm gonna do is every week because they seem they're gonna be touching on the game a lot, I'm gonna take a screenshot from like an important piece of something. Like, for example, I think I gave the example I gave was that skill, that the divine privilege skill that he got, which is fucking crazy in any civilization like game. Like being able to do this, because in these types of games, in these type of civilization games, you have to scout out areas to figure out where everybody is, to get a lay of the land, essentially, which is what they did in the first episode. Then you have to discover or determine where your resources are, so then you can start plotting your lands to then mine those resources. Those resources come back, you keep mining those resources. Once you have the resources gathered, you can then take those resources and basically turn them into research points. And when you turn them into research points, you can then research technology in your tree. And then the thing about civilization is once you get further up in the technology tree, it's basically essentially you're trying to get to the science age, or starting from like nothing.
Stone Age to Bronze Age to Iron Age.
Exactly. So you're trying to work your way through those ages by gathering your research points, by building your civilization, by gathering people into your civilization, so then they can learn and help you grow. And it's huge. It's a massive piece of what that is.
And it was so beautiful that the way that they're doing it is a little different, because it is a magic based world.
Exactly.
Right? So the tree that they showed was so dope. I literally paused to look at the tree, and I'm looking at the things, and he talked about it. I was like, yo, this is going to be crazy. This is gonna be so good.
And I'm sorry I didn't respond, Matt, but I was gonna gush about it on this episode of the podcast. But this show is spectacular for these particular reasons. Everything that we talked about, and it may seem like I'm overselling it, but again, this is a personal love of me and Tails. So you have to understand, when we gush about this show and we talk about how we're feeling about it, it's because we have a personal love of strategy games. So this is a little bit different when it comes to talking about a normal isekai show, because when you look at it like a normal isekai show, like Tails said, when you talked about it being simple, it clicked for me when I was watching it, because I'm like, if you're watching this from a person who doesn't know anything about strategy games, you're probably like, this shit is just kind of like, because ain't nothing really happening right now when you think about it.
It's just a show.
It's just a show. But secretly, what you got to understand is this: there's a lot going on right now when it comes to getting an entire race to
that emergency production spell was crazy.
And it's insane. That's what I'm saying. Like this divine privilege, for example, he has the ability for emergency production to produce any food, resource, strategic resource, etc. That he's familiar with. Products
off top, crazy.
Products,
and you think that they go ahead.
Sorry. Products of the unacquired technology will have an increased mana cost based on its complexity, which is the nerf that they're giving him for this ability. But is it really a nerf? Not really. Based on the complexity of the technology, non-existent feature data has been selected. So he's able to basically bring in anything that he knows about: guns, tanks, cars, in a world that doesn't have that yet. But it's going to cost them more mana. Again.
But think about it.
Go ahead. No, you continue.
But think about it. The fruit he brought, right? She replanted the grapes. They're already sprouting. Mm-hmm. They were talking about reforesting, but think about this. They're going to immediately have a product that no one else has.
It's not going to take years to grow. Maybe weeks determine on how their
magic tree, you know what I mean? But also it's like, immediately they're going to have a resource that they can fund their civilization with. Off top, which is off top. Crazy. Are you serious?
This literally takes, when you're looking at it from the civilization or the game perspective, this literally takes about maybe 2/3 of your playthrough of getting your research.
Gaming guys.
Of getting your research. No, this is relevant because once you understand the game, you then understand why this anime is so good, because what would take him normally hours and hours of gameplay to do, he's gonna essentially do in minutes when it comes to like relativity of the time frame and everything. It's crazy because what he can do is about to be nuts. So to give him a slight edge in this game world, he has this divine privilege. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what this turns into, and the way he kind of like spread everybody out and do. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. This is again top 3, but then this one is personally a polo and tail ass show. Like
this is crazy. It is actually crazy.
Like the deepest polo and tail ass anime this is. So while it won't be for everybody, I can guarantee you that nobody else will probably understand this as much as we do unless you're into these types of games. It's really good in that aspect for us. However, A Silent Witch, really fucking good.
Great show.
It's a great fucking show and so pretty. For some reason, this particular show sparks ADHD within me, which I have relatively decent control at in comparison to my friends. But this one, I'm pausing it and I'm looking at other shit. I'm just blades of grass. Like, why the fuck does that look so good? Violet Evergarden is what it's giving me for sometimes.
But you also have looks. You have this endearing character.
Oh my gosh, she's so endearing. I love her so much.
Who doesn't have to even say much, but almost like you just hope for the best for her in this in this situation. But then you have her fellow sage who she has
who's haunting her basically.
Yeah, bro. Oh my god, yo! Every time that little, because what happened like 3 times in this episode, and he's just like walking and got the flames. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. You got to deal with that if you don't succeed here.
Dude, you know what my favorite thing about this though is the inevitable discovery of her being a sage and the way they treated her, and the whole flip around that's gonna happen when that is discovered. I think going to be the most fun piece of this show. I know TCB mentioned that something, and I'm paraphrasing him, but I know he mentioned it to him being like the student council characters or whatever. I don't think that. I think they're extremely intriguing because to see what this mission is for her, I think is going to be quite fun between the student council and them, like that. Whole conversation, that whole relationship that's developing probably.
I do think you have a point with the fact that the relationship will be very swiftly changed when they realize who she is, because then they'll be like, oh, she could evaporate us in the moment if she wanted to.
Yeah, she ain't got to say shit. It could just happen.
Yeah. And then they'll realize why things happen the way they do. But sadly, and I'm not even gonna say sadly because I'm happy that she didn't necessarily pop off on him like she could have.
True.
You know, the show is just good. It's good, bro. It's easily one of the ones that's gonna be the easiest to watch in general 100%. For this season.
I don't know if did you touch on watching this the Outcast restaurant?
I did not watch it yet.
Damn it. It's another great one, by the way. Yeah, definitely put that in your list. The Shy Hero and the Assassin Princesses. I mean, it's not.
I did watch the first episode. It is like you said. I think it does look good. I think the animation is really cool. I
hate that One Piece art style though. The way the women are drawn.
I don't though. You know what I mean? Okay. It doesn't bother me because I feel like it's just a stylistic choice. Yeah, but yeah, I feel you. But I do think that I think it's interesting. And I'm gonna be real. It don't even resemble One Piece as much to me. To me, what I would say is, and it's mostly with the guy character. He looks like one of the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure characters, and I will say I do normally hate that. I hate JoJo Bizarre Adventure in the way it looks.
Me too. Makes my balls.
and I know we're gonna get backlash for that because I remember, when I posted my top 100, dude was like, "Ain't no JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. This list ain't valid." I'm like, first of all, that show is garbage,
trash.
The only reason people watch this because it had Pony as an outro song.
Yeah.
and then y'all just
was it Pony or was it Drew? I thought it was Drew Hill.
I think it might have had both.
Both?
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it might be Drew Hill. You're right, but either way,
still not good.
Either way, I'm not trying to bring JoJo's Bizarre Adventure hate here, but that's one you can put on TikTok. I don't care. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is garbaggio.
Nah, I'm with you.
But I actually do think that this show will be hilarious in terms of
the second episode was better when it comes to like his passing out.
Yeah,
and I think it's going to be endearing in a weird roundabout way. I'm giving it the 3 though. For sure.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm gonna give it 3, but I will be honest. I don't think I'm gonna finish it.
No, me either. I don't think it's gonna make it, but yeah, I'm with you there.
But I do think that it'll be on somebody's list, and somebody's gonna like it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like there's a reason to watch it. It just might not be a Polo and Tell ass reason.
I agree with that. Okay. Anything else? I know Scooped Up by the Ass Ring Adventurer had a better episode. Not like the first episode was bad. The first episode was great. Even better episode this for the second one.
Scooped Up by S Rank Adventure.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
New Saga.
Yeah, pretty good. I just wish New Saga looked better. It's so poorly animated.
I saw that too. I saw that, but the thing is that it's just. It's good. It's good. It's not. It doesn't have to overstate itself, and it's not going to be a show that I even recommend. I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah.
But am I gonna watch it? I'm pretty sure this is gonna be in my list the whole way through.
100%. 100%. That's one of our guilty pleasures, if you will.
Yeah. The Water Magician. I'm gonna keep watching it.
I'm gonna keep watching it too, but
I will say this because I saw the face you made. I do agree that this most recent episode it didn't have the same oomph. You know what I mean? Yes. That the first episode had.
That's exactly right.
But I do think that it had a build up to get to like this third episode being just
I'm more
better.
Intrigued.
Like it might have like those down spots. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm definitely intrigued in the world. They did a great job of explaining. Again, this is something Gachiakuta has so much trouble with. But the way they bring in the lore of the world, right? They bring in the lore of the world with a character who's explored the world to a character who knows nothing about the world, who's thrown into the world. And he's just explaining it to him. So instead of them trying to force feed it into us in the first episode, like Gachiakuta did by over explaining in between conversations between two people who should already know the world, that's just so unnatural and feels weak. We didn't get into the second episode from a character who already knows the world, which is cool. And that character that was introduced was cool. I think he was very interesting. I'm interested to see how it goes with them going into this town. I just hope it's not going to be I hope he's not going to hide himself too much. I'm kind of over that.
Yeah. That could be irritating.
Yeah. Like just do it. Like if you seem to got all this talent, just use it and then see what everybody thinks and then let that be the drama that you deal with. You know?
I'm sure you didn't, but did you watch the Summer Hikaru died? I
did not. Fuck, I forgot.
It's okay. Definitely
better just second.
Yeah, second episode. I don't think you're gonna like it. I'm gonna be real with you. And I would say watch the first 2, but I definitely think after the second episode, while I think that there's a lot of intrigue possible here,
it's so hard to get horror right.
It's not that the horror aspect of it is good. It definitely, I got Mad Boys Love. From it.
Okay.
And I don't necessarily even think that's it, bro. I don't think that's what it is, but I feel like it's almost being sold as that.
Is it better or worse than Banana Fishes?
It's better than Banana Fish.
Okay.
It's not as like blatant as Banana Fish was.
I hated Banana Fish.
I think Banana Fish felt
forced.
More like forced.
It shit was forced as hell. I couldn't stand it.
This one feels like it almost feels like an awkward friendship. And I say that it feels like an awkward friendship because of what the scenario actually is.
Okay.
I say that because it's like my best friend is this monster that could kill me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
but this is my best friend.
right.
And my best friend is also making all the same jokes that my best friend would normally make, but my best friend is actually a monster that could kill me at any point in time. So that I feel like that's partially why it feels forced, because of the actual scenario you're in.
Yeah.
It almost feels like it's almost funny in regard to think about, like, imagine you making a joke about me and I'm like, oh yeah, but also remember, Polo, I'm a monster that could cut your head off right now.
Oh, wait. I don't know why that just clicked until you just gave me that weird example, but that was a good example.
But then as soon as you make a joke,
yeah.
I'm like, but don't worry, I just want to be close to you.
Interesting. Yeah, that is awkward. It's very awkward.
So it almost feels like it's an intentional intentionally set awkward.
Yeah.
While also it still feels awkward. And that could be good writing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it does feel awkward to me. And I feel like it could definitely be off-putting in general in terms of people not watching it. But I enjoyed the second episode.
But
it felt awkward. That's all.
That awkwardness could lead to it being a deeper, I guess, lack of a better term, connection to when it all goes to shit because he's this monster.
Yeah, I would almost even say remove awkward and say it's disheveling.
Intentionally. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna give it a hoot. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I just want to say this too before we move on, because to not talk about this would be a crime against humanity. But Clevatess episode 2, I enjoyed a lot. And the reason why I enjoyed it is because it invoked emotion from me. The girl Niru, I think that's her name, was some of the best voice acting from a dub since ReZero, because of what she had to do and work with and how she maneuvered it. And it was such an emotional delivery when she was telling her story that I was emotional. And it made me sad and it fucking hurt my feelings. And I was just like, it crushed me. So I just want to give a shout out to that. It was a very interesting episode, and I cannot wait to see the next one. Because I need everyone to die.
I rock with you on that one too, and I 100% agree that, like, the episode, it kept it light, actually. You know what I mean? Even though it was a very heavy episode, and this show does not skimp on like the blood and stuff like that. It's definitely like they make it heavy while alleviating the heaviness of that specific scenario, but emotionally it's still very contextually heavy. So I do think that I'm 100% with you that that was a very serious and crazy scenario, and then that specific moment even made other parts of this episode that should have been heavy light. Specifically with like the water scene and stuff like that, what that actually was. You know what I mean? Like that happened immediately after what Polo was talking about. But when you think about it, and I'm thinking about it right now, how that just felt like nothing. I was not emotionally connected to that at all, but that should have been crazy. Because you know what I mean?
That one scene before that, because that shit had me thinking about it the whole time. Like, oh, she got her mother was doing that because that her mother just left, and it was so much. It was a lot, man. It was a lot.
And I'm thinking about how does Clen or Clevatess save this situation? I'm like, he got to, bro.
Oh yeah.
Ain't no way. Because I ain't gonna let you leave this next episode without fixing this situation. You gonna get my girl up out of there.
Straight up. Please do. I felt everything, man. I'm like, oh man, this is just rough. And then they just see what they just doing to her, and it's like,
But then that cliffhanger at the end, which ain't even really a cliffhanger, it ain't a bad one.
No.
But the way it ended, I was like, you know what? I was like, yo, But like I said, they don't skimp on the blood.
Not
So
at
when it
all.
happens, all you really see is a main character splattered from head to toe all over the ground.
It's like,
And they will contort and twist every ligament if they
Yep.
can.
Yep, whatever breeds realism for them, they're gonna show it.
And
So good.
I do find it hilarious though, because it was I hope I am immortal like you said I was, and you hit the ground, and you don't look so immortal, but I also imagine it's not gonna feel good when you
Oh
come.
my gosh, man. I cannot wait to this next episode. It made me look forward to it so much, which is in 2 days, 7 hours from the time we're recording it. So by the time you hear it, we'll have 3
In 27 minutes.
You got to watch Outcast Restaurant. It's really, really good. Again, that second episode was very heavy as well because of a scene that happens, but it's all still very good.
I typed Outcast like the musical group.
Yeah, welcome to the Outcast. Oh yeah, just Outcast Restaurant. Yeah, it's really good.
All right, I added it to the list. It's on there.
Yeah.
Next week's gonna be cut week too.
Yeah, next week is cut week. So I'm going to put up a thread on shows that you think should be cut. And if your show didn't hit 3 episodes yet, we can always you can tell us to follow week after that. But yeah, let us know what you're cutting. It will be in the thread in the Discord. But I'm at Polo Born Fly on all social media.
Like King Taliano on all social media.
You'll follow our social medias at Mike Check Waifu everywhere and at Respect Games everywhere. And as always, Mike Check.
Ah, that was great.
You're now tuned into Mike Check Waifu. Hello and tell. Is that you? Is that you? Is that you? Is that you?